Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and we have not cleared any bit of structure here. So we are in a range. Inside the range, we identified these two trend lines yesterday, which gives us a triangle coming the apex almost in the middle of the range. So that is just a typical situation of the market just hanging around and waiting for something to happen. One thing that did happen yesterday is we did get a crossover of the moving averages on the hour, and then we hung around here and we've gapped down to come and test the trend line again. I would suspect, we're probably going to close that gap, so I would expect us to come back to this 107.062, but I'm still sit on hands. I don't think there's anything conducive here to get me to be excited about jumping in long or short just yet. We do start dropping below these swing lows of Friday, and I'm just going to use the top of the range level here. So we do start dropping below. If you look to the left, you see a little bit more interaction here. So we start dropping below this zone and sort of test structure inside this little zone here. So in other words, this area here, which would be 10661. Then there's an outside chance that we may push down to try and break through the bottom here. So that's kind of the only structure I can see at the moment. For all intents and purposes, this is sit on hands. I have no interest in jumping in. We'll have to wait and see if this retest of the moving averages late yesterday in the trading session is valid, because then you would expect the moving average to start pointing to the downside, and then you would expect us to start breaking the different levels. First one would be this trend line, then we would be expected to break 10661 and then 106.432. A break of 106.432 gets me back in the market short on this pair. US dollar Japanese yen, we had the run up. Nothing really transpiring at the moment. There is a bit of structure further down that I'd be interested in, as well as a gap. If we look at the hour, you can see yesterday was pretty much sideways price action, and now we sort of squirted up with a gap up. From our perspective, you've got an area right here which would be interesting. Other than that, you've got a little bit of structure here. To me, this is a little bit tight. I'd want that deeper pullback, preferably down to 131,400. If we can get something like that, that would interest me in getting back in long. With two gaps at the moment, they're going to act as magnets, so I'd be a little bit careful of this one as well. So this is also sit on hands for me at the moment. So dollar is a clear sit on hands. Moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen. We've sort of been gapping up. There's a bit of structure here that we've broken through, and I'll give that to you on the hour. And then we've got this little bit of structure here, which is the closest that we have right now. So if we start looking at what price action is looking like, firstly, we have a wedge or a channel forming here. Not too keen jumping in long in with a pattern like that, as well as with the oscillators group to the upside. So first area to be paying attention to would be 166.489. Yes, 166.489. But just pay attention to this zone inside here as well, because there's a clear bit of structure here, and that's 166.163. Failing that, I'd expect us to be targeting this area down here at 165.455. Now, this wedge's target is roughly in this area here at 166.489. So that's kind of the view that I've got there. Not sure I want to be jumping in long at the moment. I want to wait for a reset, and then we can continue with the trend to the upside. But we are parabolic at the moment. You can see there's a gentle trend line, and then all of a sudden a sharp one. So we're kind of curving almost like a ball sort of going around like this. So when that happens, there's normally a big pullback and then a reset, and then you've got an opportunity to jump back in. So that's another sit on hands for me at the moment. Don't want to pick the top on that at all. Then we're moving on to Euro British pound, and nothing is really changing here. Still stuck in this range. We're now bottom of range at the moment. So these two levels are the levels to pay attention to. It's 084855 and also 085817. So yesterday we did get a bit of a rejection. You can see when we're doing the video, there was nothing going on. Then we squirted to the upside. Fairly decent opportunity there. I actually think if you were watching that on the 15, as I suggested yesterday, there you got a range bar. So break of the range bar would have been your entry with a stop on the top, with a stop above that range bar. So something like that would have given you a 200-point stop loss basically for a move, 700-point odd move. So definitely this pair is stuck in a range, and you can see the range traders are here. So you would expect to be looking for price action down the bottom here for a move back to the upside. I would be worried about that area there. So that is 085272. See the crossover the moving averages. So in other words, a rejection in this area, I would anticipate a proper attempt at this 084855 and possibly even a breakthrough of the range to the downside. So if I just come to the daily, you'll see a pretty ugly picture here. So a double top here on oscillators, slightly higher price, big engulfing bar with a follow through here. Only positive thing for the bulls is that we are above the moving averages, and the moving averages have crossed over. But this little pattern that we see here, I have a sneaky suspicion that is a triple top that is forming, and that triple top neckline is a bit far away. It's all the way down here at 083953, but that could also be sort of a wider stop loss, a wider range with some structure a little bit further down as well. So yeah, I think this one is kind of worth watching for a move to the downside. You do have some gaps to the upside. There's been a pretty solid move yesterday. So if we do start breaking below the low of yesterday, come back and retest it, then definitely looking for a move to the bottom of the range at 083951. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.